Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Michael, and here is where we analyze the Bitcoin price chart and where we think it's going to go for today, Friday, the 16th of August, and where we're going to go towards the weekend and beyond. All right, looking here. So, as we came into our 50% level of this impulse, as we moved up from the lows from the Japanese carry trade liquidation event, we've come back and we've tested this 50% level, which we rejected just above, but this was a point of interest for us to go long. So at 4 o'clock this morning, 6 o'clock this morning, Brisbane time in Australia, we had a great opportunity for a buy position that brings us back into the current short-term downtrend back into the regressive channel. Now what we're meeting with is some resistance around the 58,300 and 58,570. We've found resistance against here, and now we're just consolidating, and we're looking to either move further up to cross and touch this regressive channel line, or we're going to come back down, retest the 50, potentially move down towards the 61.8% regression in the move from this impulse. From this impulse, do we come back, test the 50 and move up, or do we test the 50 and we touch the 61.8% and move up? So all we know is that we have touched the 50 and we have rejected strongly, which is a great sign. It's a very bullish move. So now we're in this move. We've got the slightly longer regressive channel in a bullish momentum moving upwards. We have expanded out past the two standard deviation lines on either side. So we've fallen below. So we're beyond bullish. Sorry, beyond bullish. That's a crazy statement. But what we are is we've come past the two standard deviation, which touched the 50% line, which is a bullish position to buy from. Now we're coming up and we're looking at being retested back into the bullish side, the buy side of the regressive channel. On the purple side is our sell side of the regressive channel. On the blue side is our buy side. So we've rejected off the point of interest. We're coming back and we're retesting these horizontal levels at the 58,300. And what have I done? Welcome back. So we're testing the 58,300 level, and it looks like we're just starting to break through now. And if we break back into here and we find structure on top of here, so if we see price come up in short term, not in long term, in the short term over the next few hours, find support here, then we're looking to go up to this point of interest to go short. Now what's interesting here is this is a point of interest that we were looking at going short, because we have a shorter term time frame downtrend channel. So this is where things are going to get interesting. So we're not looking at long targets. We're looking at taking short targets and getting in and out of the market at points of interest, and then looking for the next position and moving on from there. So we're looking at reaching this purple line through here and finding resistance here to go short. This initial one, we only came up as far as there, and it looks like we've found here. Now are we going to find here, or are we going to move up and either retest this area, in which case we don't find... Actually, let me just restate a few things. So this is the point of interest for us to go short. Now while we're in... Let me just get rid of that one. While we're in this downtrend, which may make it a little bit clearer, So although this is a shorter term time frame, we have come out, we've extended past our 2 standard deviation, we've been reaccepted back into a downtrend, but we are at resistance. What we need to do is we need to break through, and we need to go within 2 standard deviations to the other side. Now, should this downtrend carry through for us to move down and mitigate further down into the 56,000, 55,000 area, we do need to come up and we do need to reject off somewhere up here. So as we're moving in that direction, we have a liquidity level at 59,800, and we've got a liquidity level retest at 59,900, and then we've got the true resistance level between 60,240 and 60,700. So this is an area where we're looking at how price will play within two standard deviations. So let me just get a little circle. So as price comes up into this zone, within this downtrend, or are we going to extend out, and are we going to blow past, just like we have here, past the 2 standard deviations? Are we going to extend out over to here and come down lower? Now, we don't know whether this is just a short-term pullback and then an extension on to higher prices, or whether this is a carry-on into further trades. Now, let's move on to the daily. We'll move up. Now, we can also see that we are still actually in this long-term, from March, we are still in this long-term downtrend. So we are still in a bull market, macro bull market, but we do still have this retest and the consolidation down as we move down. Now this is, if you can see here, we are on a daily. Now you can see that we are still on the buy side liquidity of the downwards regressive channel. We're looking at getting above, and over here is some strong sells, but we also have to know that we are in a macro bull run, so we are looking at moving up to eventually go past. So perhaps we might be doing this, but we do want to go up to there. We will eventually hit 80,000, but there's going to be a lot of buys and sells in between there before we get anywhere near 80. So the 80,000 is not the area that I'm looking at. I'm looking at hourlies, grabbing a few pips here and there, grab a few dollars, get into several trades, capture some positions and move out. So here we are, we've come off, we're rejected, and we are looking at testing the higher levels of these moves. So go back down to the hourly. Now what's also interesting is I want to make a point of alright, perfect. So they're the two areas that I'm looking at to potentially go short, because this was the area. What am I doing? Because this was the buy area that we've captured. This was the second buy area. If you find yourself, if price manages to come down and retest, we do have two areas which is potential buys through here. So that is an hourly liquidity test at 57,096. That one has been mitigated. And we have another one here. No, we don't. That's a high. And this is a second level just here, which is the low wick before the impulse up. So the next level of support the next level of liquidity is 57,340. So they're the two areas that we're looking at. If price comes back down, that is a short term, because that means that keeps us within this buy range. However, the 50% level of this one is, if you want to play a safer trade, this is a safer place. However, because we've done this liquidation movement over 5 hours, we've rejected strongly. It's not looking like we're going to be touching this over the next few hours. So we'll either come back and test through here at that 57,000 here and then move up, or we may just come up strongly to here and reject down. So they're the two areas that I'm looking at. That's my up bias, my down bias, and then I want to look and play from there. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks very much, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Ciao.